Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the extraordinary is just a click away. Dare to...
What's out there? What creates the shadows in the corners or the creatures of the dark? Who are those on the other side? What do they have to say? This is the Gateway Podcast. This is not your normal style of paranormal talk radio. Brought to you live from United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM New Orleans.
And welcome to the Tuesday night edition of Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. And yes, I'm back from my, I guess you want to call it a retreat, or where, I got some stability, peace, and serenity. Now I'm back, to reality. I'm back in Pittsburgh again. But I tell you what, I seriously needed those 2 days off. Hey, Holly, how you doing? Michelle, good to see you. Kurt, my brother, good to see you. And Miss Heidi, much love, always to you in Colorado. And if I missed anybody, I'm very sorry. But I am back in Pittsburgh. Got to go to work tomorrow. It was a bummer, big bummer for me. But you know what? I got to do what I got to do to make it right. Got to pay my bills and all that good stuff. And, I don't know. I think it's going to be okay. It was like I needed a reset. I might have been halfway there before I came home. Honestly, I need a whole week, something like that, just to reset. But all in all, it was a great time. And I'm glad that I could share my Sunday night show with you down there in West by God, Virginia. I didn't hear no tree knocks, and no, I didn't hear no knocking on the trees and knocking on tree trunks, or I didn't see no signs of Bigfoot down there this time around. But I'm telling you, they exist down there. But I have a few announcements before I bring my guest on tonight. You hear any John Denver? No, I just heard the dueling banjos there, Kurt. Is what I heard. Anybody doesn't know about the banjo situation, just watch the movie Deliverance with Clint Eastwood in it. But okay, Saturday, April 5th, 2025 at the Westmoreland Community College. It is the Pittsburgh Area UFO Conference and is being held at the Westmoreland Community College Science Hall. And the speakers are there, and I mean, he has a hell of a lineup on here. James Krug, Nick Pope, Michael Schratt, Thomas Reed, and John Ventry. In fact, I'll tell you what, April 1st, my show on April 1st, I'm going to have John Ventry on as a guest, and I'm also going to have Thomas Reed, one of the speakers there, at the being on my show that night. And I'm looking forward to that, And then on April 22nd, I am having Maxim Furyk and Daniel Hagman. They're going to talk about the 18th annual Butler Conference on April 26, 2025. And, I see all these conferences going on, and there's probably a ton more. And I want to tell everybody who's having one, if you want me to advertise it for you on the show, I'd be more than happy, give you guys a shout out tonight. Hey, Marketti, good to see you. And that brings me to tonight's guest. Some people have asked me to give a shout out to their conferences coming around. And so all of a sudden I'm thinking, well, my guest got one coming up this Saturday. I do believe it's Saturday, 29th of March. And I really believe that it would only be fair because my guest is a very good friend of mine. Okay. And we share, the paranormal stuff like that. And I'm interested for him to talk about it, Actually, he's like the first guest I have talking about conferences this year. So Heidi was washing my hands after getting home from the lake and park. So glad you got some peace and serenity, Sean. Thank you very much. I did. But without further ado, I am going to bring my guest on, Mr. Bill Rigby, and he's going to talk about the conference coming up on March 3rd to 29th. I think it is March 29th. Oh, it's the conference 3, March 29th, 2025 at the Tiffany Banquet Center. I don't know where's that at, somewhere around here. He'll explain it a lot more about it. But you know what? Without further ado, I would love to bring in my friend, Mr. Bill Rigby. Hey, Bill, good to see you, buddy.
Hey, how you doing, Sean?
All right, sir.
Well, I see you're nice and peaceful. You went to Tranquil City.
Yes, I did. Right. My friends own a cabin up there or a house now, and it's all I know is that you go up a mountain, and they live right there, in in the middle of the mountain, houses around this lake, woods everywhere. And
well, I got to set something straight. If you heard banjos, don't be looking for Clint Eastwood. Look for Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Did I say Clint Eastwood? Oh,
yes,
damn. You did. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, look for Burt Reynolds. Yeah, I was pretty bad on that.
And but, you're almost feeling like a pig. Don't walk up. Oh, God.
But they have a cabin up there. And
oh, that's sweet.
2 years ago, or last year, I forget, I was out having coffee on their back porch. And nobody was around, okay? And all of a sudden, dude, I heard this loud tree knock. It was loud, and it was close. And I said, Mr. Bigfoot's out there. But it was pretty windy and chilly out there, so we really didn't venture far into the woods. But when it gets a little warmer out, I'm going to go out there and see what I can find. But how you been, sir? Tell us what's been going on.
Oh, I've been going a little crazy getting everything together for the conference. It's just just been unreal, the responses I've been getting for this. It's the third year of doing one, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year.
Okay.
I just can't believe it, you know.
Mhm.
But it's growing. I got 5 speakers. I got 70 vendors. They got food there. It's at Tiffany Banquet Center in Brookfield, Ohio. It's called the Penn Ohio Paranormal Conference 3. I keep numbering so I can remember how many I've had.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I got to try to remember.
That's okay. We all got to number things.
But I'm just so impressed with the lineup of speakers I got.
Can you share?
For $1.
Okay, I got it. I'll put it in.
Okay, you got it. You got it covered. Okay.
I'll put it in the mail. I got that covered. Hey, CL, good to see you, honey. Oh, I forgot real quicker, Bill. Everybody, right after my show at 9:10 p.m. tonight, my friend, dear friend, CL Thomas, she's got her podcast, the Gateway Podcast, right after mine. And so when you're done watching mine, head on over to hers and give her some love. Go ahead,
Give
Bill.
us the link. Give us the link because I'll check it out.
Okay.
But, you know, where was I?
You were talking.
The
you asked me if I would give you $1.
Yes. Yeah, the speakers. At 11 o'clock, I got Gwendolyn Purcell from Got Knockers. She's like a sister to me, and she's had her sighting right on her own property, which is she kind of loved, but she hate.
Okay.
Then at 1 o'clock, because I let that break in between for lunch. From 1 o'clock, I got Amy Boo from Project Zoo Book. That's the scientific end of researching for Bigfoot, is what they're doing.
What's her name? Amy Boo?
Amy Boo, B-U-E.
B-U-E.
She's been out to the Pacific Northwest. She's been to the Indian reservations out west. She's from near Youngstown, Ohio. And she had her sighting locally, what she believes was a sighting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like she said, she believed it, what it was. But anyhow, the other one, my man, Fred Saluga, he's going to be talking about the paranormal Bigfoot.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, if you believe in Bigfoot, you can't be closed-minded because they could be paranormal, you know, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or just flesh and blood. No one really knows. So I keep an open mind even after my own sighting. I believe they're flesh and blood, but they still can be interdimensional or extraterrestrial. I don't know.
I believe they are interdimensional myself. But
I'm leaning that way. There's reasons behind that I'll go into later. At 3 o'clock, I have Jim Sparks, my buddy. He's paranormal and cryptid researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Then at 4 o'clock, I got Donnie Graham and Dale Rogers from the Haunted Hillview, Maine.
Okay.
In Newcastle, Lawrence County. They're going to be talking about a lot of experiences they had there, which I just did a podcast 3 weeks ago there from Hillview. Kurt, you was at that panel. I was watching that panel live. That very informative.
He is a great human being, Kurt. Real good one.
He is a good dude. Character, all right. But you know, he keeps me on my toes. He's one of my mentors. I love the man. I really do. And you make him mad, he tells you. Make you happy, you make him happy, he'll tell you. He don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, with doing that podcast there at Hillview Manor,
Yeah, I want to hear about this.
oh man, the couple of different rooms we were in, we had great activity, and it was awesome. It was really awesome. The interaction with these spirits, and it's I'm more Bigfoot, but I'm into it all. For the people out there, you know how I am, Sean.
Yep, sure do.
From the UFOs to the paranormal to the cryptids, but it was just exciting. As exciting as when I did the old Butler VA hospital stint we did in there.
That place is haunted as hell. I did an investigation there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All 5 floors and the basement and sub basement. Activity everywhere. Oh man, that just.
So what kind of stuff did you experience at Hillview, Bill?
Well, in the one room, they start playing some of the old dance music from the 30s and that. And they had a tripwire up. Those lights were going nuts with that lady in that room, dancing around the tripwire, waltzing around. Hey, my buddy Vogel.
Tim Vogel, yeah. Hey,
buddy, Tim and his brother is coming to my conference next year as speakers.
Oh, they're sweet, man. I'll definitely be there, dude. I'll definitely be there for that.
Awesome. One. I'm so happy about that.
But before you continue, I'm going to go about that. The lights that they laid down in the ball in the dance, this lady was dancing. There's a whole line of lights that when an energy crosses it, it's like a K2. They light off and on. So that's what that trigger thing is.
Yeah, thank you. I should have explained it better, but
you're forgiven, man.
Yeah.
I just have to take all.
All right, I'll give you that $1 back. I'll give you that $1 back.
No, man. I want all your Dr. Pepper.
Whoa, argument. Nope. But anyhow, yes, similar,
kind of, yes,
similar, Heidi, very similar. But and they kept playing the music. That lady did not slow down one bit. Now we were in this other room first, and she loved her beads and her green necklaces, and her favorite colors are green. And the one that had the heart on, she moved all the time for us.
Mm-hmm.
And no one was near it. It was, and there it is moving, and it's like, whoa, this is cool. Every time we ask a question, and she likes women better than men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I started asking questions, she kind of backed off, and then she'll start answering some, and my K2 would start going off good. And it's like, man, this is awesome. I like this. There was something. We went to the basement. I can't remember his name. The entity down there.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's a Steeler fan. Yeah,
yes.
I don't. Very much. I
Andrew.
Something like that. I'm not sure, but
I'm going to have to ask Donnie and Dale. But a couple of the ladies that were with us, one was Ghost Chick Angel, who I bring on a lot of my paranormal research stuff with me. She's a great friend in that. But something would, whatever it was giving her a serious headache, weakened her stomach, getting weak. a lady from Hillview says she has a problem down there all the time. She came down. They had to leave. I walked down to the end of the hall because thought we saw a movement down there.
Mm-hmm.
I walked down to the end of the hall and I felt something pushing on my chest, stopping me.
Okay.
I'm like, whoa, okay, I'll back off now. You don't want me here. So I backed up a couple steps, turned, and start walking back up. And I
That's the
said,
ghost of Phil.
wireless caller, why are you calling me at night?
It's the ghost, man.
It's the
of
ghost
Hillview.
calling in. I forgot to turn the ringer down. But, the thing is that we had the light up once, the tripwire light. And then he had this other, I'm trying to think, some kind of pod thing that lit up for him. And the first time I ever saw one of them. And it lit up a couple times for him down there. It's like,
Mhm.
and he'll ask him a question, then the tripwire went off. And I went, wow, this is awesome. And that was with Dale Rogers because poor Donnie was supposed to be there with us, but his grandmother passed away, so we didn't get Donnie with us, unfortunately. But, family's first, got to be with the family. And
Right.
we all told him, take the time you need with that.
Mhm.
But what was really great is we just did those couple areas because I only had a short, my thing. And I stayed a little longer while because Hillview does their thing Wednesday nights too, same time as my podcast. So that's why I agreed to do the podcast there. So, because I was too bad you can't come and do your podcast. Well, yeah, I can. You got internet. I can do this. And so
Right.
that's what we did. And that was the Wednesday before opening for the season. And I really enjoyed that. I really did. It had some good experiences. And it wasn't that cold out when we got there, but it was sure in hell freezing when we left.
Well, I
Wow.
bet, man. Yeah, you're out in Newcastle. You're out in Newcastle, PA, dude. That is like it's like really, really cold up there. Now, on your podcast at Hillview Manor, did you get to interview any of the participants in the investigation?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Angel, a little bit. I was right beside Dale while he's doing his live. I was doing my podcast, and we were interacting with the people that were commenting.
Okay.
Yeah, and I kept putting Dale on the spot.
Kind of
Yeah.
figured you'd do something like that.
Oh yeah.
No more Dr. Pepper for you.
No, they cut me off there.
I bet they did.
But yeah, so that was very interesting. Hey, Mark Eddie, you're 110% right.
Yes, sir. Mark Eddy says there are 2 Ginzers on the screen, and he's damn right we are. Yeah. Kurt has something. Let me put that up so we can read it easier. I do remember this now. It was sounded familiar. I was checking in on it when I could. There was a bunch of really interesting stuff occurring. It was really good. Thanks for doing that, Bill.
You're welcome. It was fun. It really was. There was a bunch of stuff occurring. The ladies ran into something, I don't want to say evil or demonic, but a
I hate
bad
that.
entity.
Yeah, that's better.
A bad entity. Yeah. Down at the far end of the one hall. I went down there. I didn't feel anything or run into anything. So it might have been something against the women. Angel was there. Karen McDermott was there. I'm trying to think. The lady's name from Hillview was there, and they all felt the same thing. Yeah, Heidi, a grumpy mofo. Very much so.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
My God, you had some heavy hitters there from the paranormal field from Pittsburgh there, dude.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
did. I did. It was fun. I
Right.
really enjoyed it. I really did.
That's
It
good.
made it a great thing. And I ain't saying that was my best podcast, but that's the best one I liked.
Right. All your podcasts are good, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
Don't
they
beat
are.
yourself up, or else I'm going to
They
take
are.
more of your. I mean, seriously, I'm going to take more of your damn Dr. Pepper, man. You better start making good stuff about your podcast, or I'm taking your
My
Dr.
podcasts
Pepper.
are good, but
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
not. They are. You know.
And
Like
ladies
tonight,
and gentlemen, the name of his podcast is Agents of the Unexplained Podcast. is
you
what
get
his
it on
is.
Facebook. Make sure you put podcast. It's the podcast page. I got the group on there too, but you can't. I made the group private because of trolls that came in and start harassing legitimate researchers. And I got almost 2,000 people that's in my group, that in the group page. But we got that Agents of the Unexplained podcast page on Facebook and YouTube channel. So
I
it's
just
awesome.
put that up there for everybody to see. But
Yes.
listen, Bill, I'm going to have to take a little quick break here.
Oh, of
and
course.
we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. And I would like to hear, if you like this show is Weird Pennsylvania, you have to come up and see and share with everybody the weird stuff that you saw out in the woods. Okay.
Definitely.
All right, everybody. I'll be back in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go have a smoke, go to the bathroom, do what you got to do. And we'll see you in 1:30, 30 seconds.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com and unlock the secrets of the supernatural. Are you ready? That's EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com, where the extraordinary is just a click away. Dare to discover.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second part of me, Sean Kelly, host of Into the Night. A couple announcements real quick. Remember, right after my show at 9:10 p.m., you got C.L. Thomas. Her podcast is the Gateway Podcast. So after mine, jump over to hers and give her some love. That commercial that you saw, thank you, Heidi. Appreciate it. And that commercial you saw during the break, that is her magazine. And whenever she can get on my show, this is what we're going to talk about, her magazine. Let's see what else. Okay, April 5th, at the Westmoreland Community College. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Area UFO Conference. April 26th will be the 18th Annual Butler Conference. So if you're not doing those days, go on up to Butler.
Can you catch me there?
You can catch Bill Rigby there at the Butler Conference. Okay, Bill. So we talked about your little bit of an experience. Oh, I want to thank UFO, UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 Mississippi, 107.7 New Orleans for allowing me to give you a couple hours a week on this platform. And you can catch me on Friday nights at 10 p.m. News on the Flip Side, where we talk. See Mrs. Pennsylvania sometimes. Yes. Yeah, come on home. We miss you too, see. 10 o'clock Friday night Eastern Time p.m. It's called News on the Flip Side, and we talk usually talk about governmental things. And on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the chat. And how I can explain the chat is that we're like The View on steroids. So as we talk about everything and anything, and it's a good show, really, really good song. A lot of chit chatting. But back to my friend Bill. So we talked about your experience that you had when you did your podcast up at Hillview Manor. Okay. Now, I would like to talk a little bit more about, well, we all know that you are a Bigfoot investigator. And besides being out in the woods looking for Bigfoot, what other kind of weird stuff have you found in the woods out in Pennsylvania or Ohio, wherever?
All kind of crazy craps out there. And
listen to Mark, come on. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I live in Sharon, Pennsylvania. It's a small town, old steel mill town. The population dwindled a lot when the mills went, like most mill towns. I did a report right on the line of Sharon, which is only 3/4 of a mile from where I'm living, of a dog man.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. And then I did some more research with some fellow investigators and researchers. There's been a lot of dogman sightings in this area.
What is your theory on the dogman? How do you? I know people think that the government made these things and they escaped. What is your theory on it?
I don't have a theory yet. I don't know enough to give a theory on this. The gentleman who gave me the report, I know his whole family. He is from a very religious family.
Okay.
And the kid, I call him a kid, but he's a young man. He's very straight up, very honest. But when he's telling me this stuff and the look in his eyes and his actions, and he won't go back there again, tells me he's not lying, and he described it to me. And it's between 7 and 8 foot tall, and it didn't have dog legs that were reversed. It had going the same way. He's on 2 legs walking. I believe him.
Okay. As long as you trust your gut, you're good to go.
Yes. Well, Joe, show up on time. No.
You tell him, Bill. You tell him. Yeah, Joe, show up on time.
Hi, Joe. Sorry, I had to say.
No, we're not sorry. Damn it. No, no, Joe. No. But we still love you, though, man. We still love you. Bro.
I couldn't resist. That was wide open.
That's all right. That's all right, brother.
But there is some weird stuff that gives you the willies when you're in there, even if you don't see it.
Okay.
Now, I ain't saying like right downtown sharing some of the people gives you the willies. Yeah, but no, this is totally different.
Okay.
I haven't been out as much this winter and that because I was down sick for a while last year and that I did not want a reoccurrence. But the little bit I got out, some of the structures I seen, tree structures, I don't know. They're if it was a Bigfoot tree structure, they were way too small.
Okay.
There's, they were just weird looking to me.
Okay.
They didn't feel right.
Did they have bones around them?
The one area I did a Bigfoot investigation, of a sighting. It happened on a Wednesday. I went on a Saturday to investigate the area. We go up into the area.
Hey, Squatch.
Squatch man, how you doing?
Good to see you, brother. Thanks for popping in.
We seen some turkey feathers piled up, turkey bones stacked up neatly over the turkey feathers.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. What the hell caused that? Ain't gonna be no human sitting there picking the bones. Not out in the middle of the...
Could it have been? I know you have a juvenile up there. Could it have been a juvenile playing with the bones?
Could have.
Mm-hmm.
Could have. I believe that could have been it, truthfully. I'm told to sit there. It's right near a power line trail. I believe. Whatever it was, we're watching the trail and just sitting there playing with the bones, just waiting for something to come through. It's
the boat
weird.
Good to
All
see
right.
you guys.
Glad to see you out there.
Yes.
So, it's stuff like that. It gets your attention. Twisting breaks in trees. They will get my attention so I can see how they twisted and broke. And some, it's not weather. It's not natural.
Right.
An animal really couldn't do it unless it has thumbs and a raccoon big enough to twist a branch that's 1.5 inches around and snap it.
Right.
So I believe it was a Bigfoot. And those things are strange to me. The other thing that I saw out in the woods, and it's really, really crazy to see a 20-foot tree with the root ball up in the air making an X. And you're looking around on the ground in a big circumference area to see where that was pulled out of the ground. And there's no indentation in the ground, no divots, nothing.
Wow.
So who in the hell is going to carry that for how far?
True.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A 20-foot tree that's 1.5 feet around. No, I don't think so. Get a bunch of guys to carry it because you're going to need to take breaks.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, you probably couldn't do it with like maybe 20, 30 guys, you know, but no, not,
Yeah.
it's amazing at some of the structures. Now, my friend Richie B and Mr. Rojo, they do go up Massachusetts along with the Vogel brothers, and they have pictures of, you know, trees with the X, and
Yeah.
also with the different places, the shelters, if you want to call them that. I
Yes.
don't know, but
Structure, shelters. Yeah.
Mhm. Have you noticed any my paranormal activity besides the Bigfoot, besides Dogman? Do you get any feelings, or have you ever actually done an investigation for ghosts in those woods?
This past year, I started taking my ghost hunting equipment with me.
Okay, and how'd that turn out for you?
There's some energies out there. Exactly what, I don't know. I didn't get a good enough response yet. I don't know if it's the energy from a Bigfoot, Dogman, whatever. You know, the K2 went off crazy that one night, and I'm out in the middle of the woods, no power lines or anything around me.
Right.
So it's interesting.
So, when a part of your paranormal equipment, do you have a video camera or a regular digital camera?
No, I'm investing in a good one that even I can do night vision with.
I'll tell you the best camera to do is buy 3 of them. They're a little spendy. Buy them trail cams, Bill, and set them up where you think that Bigfoot or that ghost or that Dogman hang out. Set 3 or 4 of them out there and just let them go. Don't just set them up and go home. Come back in a week and see what you got.
We've never had any luck with trail cams.
Okay.
Okay. And I got a theory on this. I can be 100% wrong. The theory is they can sense the infrared eye, or they got such great hearing, they can hear the mechanism operating inside that trail cam.
Okay. Hey, Cindy Coon, good to see you, honey. But you know, you're not the only one. You know, in fact, there are other people who hunt Bigfoot. Okay, and they come up with the same reason what you just said, because that with the hearing and feeling the light from the camera. You know, so I guess you can actually put that on the fence. It could go either way. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
And if
So
you
not either way is the correct, you know, is a good way. It all depends on what happens.
And I even tell people, go about 20 feet in the air, climb that tree and put that trail cam up there, not down 6 foot down or 5 foot down. Put it about 20 foot in the air. Make sure it's in an angle. So, yeah, the infrared's going down in an angle, but you can still catch them, I believe.
Right.
And I'm going to start doing that with a trail cam and see.
You just, whenever you start climbing trees, plus somebody young, dude, to climb in trees, you know what I mean? Because I sure as hell won't do it. I'm afraid of heights. Or Blink security cameras are awesome and no subscription needed. Thank you for sharing that, Heidi.
Yeah.
Kurt says, sounds like when you were a kid and told to stay there by your parents, they will be right back. You're going to find something to play with and most likely stack on top of each other. Thank you for that, Eric. Kurt, appreciate that.
Yes.
But because, like, I'm reading this book, Weird Pennsylvania, okay? And out east of the Pennsylvania, there's a lot of stuff that has to do with the devil and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I don't know. You know, I being in this business for over 30 years now, dude, you know, I accept, you know, I cannot judge anybody who writes something down. I can't say, no, that's not correct. That ain't going to happen. You know what I mean? So
You
I
can't.
do believe you can't do it. So what I have to do is go east and see if the double stuff is happening out there. You know what I mean? Is there something like that, like out in Sharon, PA, where, well, I forget what they're called, things that are talked about, and, it's like a tale, like a haunted tale out there.
There,
Oh,
I can't say no, but I can say someone did make a hexagram out there, out in the middle of the woods, to do some kind of worshiping.
mhm.
Could they bring some evil spirits in? I believe so.
Okay.
Have they? I don't know.
There's my dear friend Heidi just said it. Legends, myths, or
Myth,
lore.
lores.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yep.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yep. And what River Rose said about could they be watching us from afar? Hell yes. The most interactive we had with Bigfoot was sitting around a campfire. You know they're watching you.
Mhm.
You can feel them watching you.
Yeah, I hear they stink. Can you smell them?
Not always.
No.
I believe they do like skunks, put off that odor as a defense mechanism. I believe. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Because not everyone smells them. I didn't smell the one I saw at 15 feet away from me.
Okay.
I wish I would have smelled them before I got that close. Truthfully. But no, I don't know. I don't know why they put that scent off other than that make you say, oh, that smells, get me out of here.
Right. Okay, I can understand that. We got about 5 minutes, dude. All right. Before we got to get CL to come on her show. But you were saying, in the show that, and I'd like to bring this up to you, said we were going to talk about, I think Bigfoot is interdimensional. Can you share a little bit on that?
Yeah. What I saw, I believe, was flesh and blood.
Okay.
Did it go down over the hill when it turned and went down over the hill, go through a portal? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Did it say, beam me up, Scotty? I don't know. I did not see it happen. So I got an open mind toward it could be do any of that stuff. Or it can just be flesh and blood. I believe it's flesh and blood and can be interdimensional.
Okay. So my experience is that, that missing 411 show,
they replied,
I caught a lot of information. What I do is, so when I read that there's a lot of, when someone is witnessed a Bigfoot or something like that sighting, I always check to see what the UFOs sightings were in that area at the time of the sighting. And usually there's a lot of UFO action going on at the time of the sighting of the Bigfoot.
In some areas, not all areas.
Okay.
Up around Kinzoo.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of UFO sightings, Bigfoot sightings, paranormal activity.
Yeah, Kinzoo has that UFO that popped out of there, out of the lake up there. Yeah,
man.
But
so
listen,
strange. That was a man-made lake too.
I know. So, who do you think do you think the aliens made it, or? But we have about a couple minutes, my friend. I want to thank you for coming on tonight. Good luck with your podcast, the wherever you're going to be this Saturday.
The conference.
Yes, the conference. Thanks. I don't know. I'm just crazy. Real quick, Kurt says, I feel extra dimensional, but they might not be able to stay in a physical form for a long time. So they do their job, scare everyone else off, and pop back out. It's a good thinking there, Kurt. Good thinking.
Possibility.
But how can people find you, Kurt? I'm Kurt. Listen, how can people find you, Bill?
Well, they can find me on Agents of the Unexplained group page. You got to join that, or the podcast page, Agents of the Unexplained podcast page there on Facebook, or YouTube, Agents of the Unexplained, or agentsoftheunexplained.net. The thing is, I'm putting that conference on this Saturday, the Penn Ohio Paranormal Conference 3. We're covering a little bit of everything. I got some special guests coming just to be there. Mark.
Yeah.
And Dr. Peppers. But, it's on Bedford Road at Tiffany Manor, Brookfield, Ohio. It's an hour out of Pittsburgh to get there. And it's 3 minutes from my house, though. I had to throw that one in. It runs from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. 70 vendors, 5 speakers, special guests, great food. Cindy Coon, my van right there. She will be there.
Good. Hey, Cindy.
She'll be there for Ross House. I love Cindy. She's a sweetheart of a lady.
Yep, that she is.
But yeah, so thanks, Rue Ryder. I agree. But anyhow, we got to be getting out of here.
I got to get going here first so she can set up her show.
Thank you for having me on, Sean. It's been fun.
Yes, it has been. Thank you, Bill, and good luck this Saturday, dude.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Hey, listen, everybody. Thank you for popping on. Again, I got my angels here, in there. Hey, Cindy, Mitch. These are my angels, Bill, that come in and listen to my show all the time. Children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents and if you have no children, find someone, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And on that note, good night, everybody. Have a great week. And I'll see you this Sunday coming up. Happy hunting.